The opposition votes against self-governance bill, citing concerns and inconsistencies. Chief Secretary Fali Augustine accuses government of ignoring Tobago's true desires for autonomy. IMA to use computer models for coral reef monitoring. And in sport, 1976 FC Phoenix secures 2-1 victory in their first TNT Premier League match of the season. Good evening, I'm Kristen Solandi. Welcome to the Tobago Updates Television News for Monday 9th of December 2024. To a top story. Parliament failed to pass the Constitution Amendment Tobago Self-Governance Bills 2024. The central government attempted to proceed with the committee stage of the bill, but it was unsuccessful when it went back to the House for a vote. The bill required a 2/3 majority, but 16 members of the opposition voted against it. During the committee stage, the opposition raised concerns about whether the bills truly reflect the self-determination outlined in the companion bill, the Tobago Island Government Bill. They also pointed out several contradictions between the bills. These concerns had been raised earlier by Chief Secretary Fali Augustine. However, the central government rejected the suggestions, leading to the opposition's refusal to support the bill. Meanwhile, the opposition also rejected the Tobago Island Government Bill, but it passed with a simple majority secured by the central government. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley has called Chief Secretary Fali Augustine's attempt to intervene in the Tobago bills preposterous. During the committee stages of the autonomy bills in Parliament, the opposition urged the government to consider Augustine's proposals. More in this story from Candice Jackson.
Madam Speaker, this is preposterous.
Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley described the mention of Chief Secretary Fali Augustine's concerns during the committee stages of the Tobago Island Government Bill 2021 as preposterous. Opposition MP Saddam Hussein, who received the information just before the start of Parliament, suggested that it be considered.
There is really an issue raised with respect to the consultation and further consultation with respect to this Tobago Island Government Bill. And in particular, Madam Speaker, what they outlined is basically some clauses in the bill that may violate core principles of self-determination and the current administration of the THA.
Hussein argued that they should not proceed with the bill as it contradicted the details in the companion bill, the Constitutional Amendment Tobago Self-Governance Bill 2021. However, the Prime Minister was not willing to concede.
As I sit here, Madam Speaker, 2 minutes ago, I saw a WhatsApp on my phone from the Chief Secretary. That is what the member is talking about, that the Chief Secretary of the Tobago House of Assembly is now intervening in that matter, offering 8 pages of legal, I don't know who the lawyers are, telling the Parliament to stop its proceedings.
Dr. Rowley chastised Augustine for failing to communicate through the office of the Prime Minister.
Nothing has come to me from the Chief Secretary in my office, but today in the Parliament, 1 minute before as we sit to deal with the committee stage of a joint select committee of years of work, this member comes here facilitating this intervention by a WhatsApp.
But despite objections from the opposition
and the government, whether or not they are in agreement with the THA's submission, that it violates the very principle of self-determination, and whether or not the position of the government is to ignore completely the submission by the THA.
The Tobago Island Government Bill was passed with a simple majority, receiving 20 votes in favor from the government and 10 against from the opposition. The bill aims to grant greater autonomy to Tobago within the unitary state of Trinidad and Tobago. However, it requires the companion bill, the Constitution Amendment Tobago Self-Governance Bill 2021, to define how that autonomy will be implemented. Unfortunately, the companion bill failed to secure the necessary 2/3 majority as the opposition voted against it. Candice Jackson, Tobago Updates Television News.
Minority Leader Kelvin Morris expressed disappointment over the opposition UNC's rejection of the Tobago autonomy bills. He said that after years of consultations, the hope for greater self-governance for Tobago was crushed by political self-interest. Morris also accused the opposition of undermining progress for their own agendas. He highlighted that the rejection leaves the outdated Tobago House of Assembly Act 40 of 1996 in place, a law that everyone, including the opposition, agrees hinders Tobago's development. He also criticized Chief Secretary Fali Augustine for his political maneuvering in suggesting amendments to the parliamentarians, which he says led to the failure of the bills. Meanwhile, Morris commended the People's National Movement for their support of the Tobago Island Government Bill, emphasizing their commitment to Tobago's autonomy. He reassured the Tobagonians that despite the setback, the fight for greater respect and self-governance continues. Stay with the self-governance bills. Chief Secretary Fali Augustine expressed skepticism about the central government's commitment to granting Tobago self-governance. Speaking at a press conference this afternoon, he described today's failed attempt in Parliament as a mockery of governance.
It was evident that there was absolutely no will, no intent whatsoever to have anything pass, and there was a position that says, look, I don't care, I am in charge, this is what I put in there, if you don't want it, leave it. Really? Is that how we manage a democracy?
He criticized the government for lacking transparency about when the Tobago autonomy bills would be debated in Parliament. Augustine suggested that, instead of rushing the process, the government should have made an effort to consult with Tobagonians to find a middle ground between the contents of the bills and the agreements previously reached by the people of Tobago.
It cannot be better that now with Act 40 of 1996, the law gives us administrative controls for up to 6 miles, and you are moving to a new THA with 0 miles attached to it. That cannot be real. That cannot be right. That cannot be the considered position, certainly not of a Tobagonian.
Meanwhile, the Chief Secretary slammed the government's proposed amendments, stating that he did not believe Tobago's wishes were genuinely considered during the 3 years the bills languished in Parliament.
We really went to the Parliament today to pass these important bills, and the only amendments the government was willing to consider was whether we should call the head of the executive in Tobago Chief Secretary or Premier. Really? That's the best? As a matter of fact, in 2020 and 2021, Tobagonians rejected the term Premier.
As Tobago's quest for self-governance continues, Chief Secretary Fali Augustine expressed confidence that he will witness its achievement within his lifetime. In the meantime, he reaffirmed his commitment to involving the international community in advancing the island's self-governance agenda. We'll take a break and come back with more news. Stay with us.
It's the season of unforgettable, magical moments together. A song that reminds us of how our love blossomed. The warm, comforting smell of Christmas Day that brings us together. That feeling of comfort when our loved ones see the magic happening before their eyes. This Christmas, believe in magic, only at Standard.
Want to get better? Where to start? What kind of exercise to do? What to eat? How to get restful sleep? Need a doctor to search for root cause? Look no further. Come to Majuba Hill Lifestyle Center Foundation at our Wellness Center in Goodwood, or Food Hub in Darrow Springs, Scarborough, or Doctor's Office in Goodwood and Darrow Springs. Contact 49SWIFT 4979438.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Welcome back. The failure of Parliament to pass the Tobago self-governance bills came as no surprise to Martin George, chairman of the Tobago Business Chamber. The opposition voted against the Constitution Amendment Tobago Self-Governance Bill 2021, citing inconsistencies and concerns about its details. George noted that this latest attempt mirrored previous efforts where the passage of the bills appeared tied to election cycles.
Too often it appears that, the political leaders, they, use this as a political football. And they have, Tobagonians chasing behind the ball, running up and down the field while they keep shifting the goalpost on them each time so that it becomes impossible to score.
As a result, George suggested that Tobagonians should abandon the current process and focus on building financial autonomy. He believes that by achieving economic self-sufficiency, the island could eventually outgrow the need for legislative autonomy. Senator Ansel Dennis criticized the opposition UNC for rejecting the Tobago autonomy bills, which proposed significant improvements to Tobago's governance. He accused the UNC of prioritizing political interests over Tobago's needs, likening their actions to past political betrayals. Dennis recalled the 1996 agreement that placed complete cabinet control over Tobago, which has hindered progress ever since. He said as a result of the rejection, Tobago will remain under the outdated Tobago House of Assembly Act 40 of 1996, limiting the island's budget to $2.5 billion instead of the $4 billion it deserves. Dennis expressed his frustration, stating that Tobago will continue to operate with no lawmaking powers and critical matters will remain unresolved. He called it a sad day for Tobago, acknowledging that it may be a long time before another opportunity to address this issue arises. Now to this. Just moments before Parliament began its discussion on the proposed Tobago Island government and the Tobago Constitutional Amendment bills, the Chief Secretary, via a live broadcast, delivered an urgent message calling for revisions to several clauses of the self-government bills. He argued that these revisions were essential for Tobagonians to fully understand the extent of the autonomy they would receive. Reporter Joshel Dan has the details.
Chief Secretary Fali Augustine raised several concerns about the Tobago self-governance bills in Parliament. One of his key issues was the question of executive authority. He argued that as currently written, the bills do not grant the Tobago executive the necessary powers to manage its affairs without interference from the cabinet.
And I'm saying those conflicts which will happen from time to time should not empower a cabinet in Trinidad to do things to impede the work of the Executive Council and the Tobago Island government. And so we must set up the island government in such a way in such a way so as to ensure that we can do our work in the most unfettered manner.
Other concerns raised by Augustine included the definition of Tobago and its boundaries, as well as the composition of the Fiscal Review Committee. He shared his suggested amendments with the Prime Minister, the Leader of the Opposition, and all other parliamentarians.
As I pointed out, these proposals have been sent to the Prime Minister and the Opposition Leader. In fact, I would say if there's anybody out there that have the Opposition Leader's phone number, you can send it to me, so I can send it not just via email, but I could send it via WhatsApp to both of these individuals.
Augustine is arguing that such amendments need to be addressed to ensure that Tobagonians receive the rights they deserve in relation to self-determination.
These proposed amendments will, in essence, amend the Constitution Amendment Tobago Self-Government Bill 2021, and it will essentially propose that we withdraw, for the most part, the Tobago Island Government Bill, and we essentially allow the people of Tobago to set up our own structure of government here on the island of Tobago. That is self-determination at work.
Jo Sheldon, Tobago Updates, Television News.
In other news, in light of widespread coral bleaching on Tobago's reef, the Institute of Marine Affairs IMA and Coastal Dynamics Limited CDL are using advanced computer models to better understand the island's coral reef ecosystems. These models simulate ocean currents and coral larval movement, helping scientists uncover how reefs are connected and how larvae spread. IMA's coral reef ecologist Dr. Anjani Ganesh noted that this research could improve coral restoration by identifying resilient reef areas and enhancing recovery efforts. The project, part of the Marine Resilience Initiative Marin Tobago, supported by BPTT, uses hydrodynamic and agent-based modeling. These tools mimic ocean conditions and track coral larvae pathways, offering insights into reef restoration and climate change impacts. In addition to modeling, IMA conducts annual monitoring of coral health at Buku and Speyside. By combining these approaches, the initiative aims to strengthen Tobago's reefs, which play a vital role in coastal protection, marine biodiversity, and local livelihoods. You're watching the Tobago Updates Television News. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Tobago Updates. Our Sport Report is up next.
When the game is on, you don't want to miss the best moments. With Amplia TV, you can enjoy our ultimate sports package and watch your favorite games on the go. Stay connected and informed with sports news, scores, and stats with Amplia's fastest internet speeds. Up to 1 GB fiber internet, you can stream riveting football action, cricket, NBA games, and much more. With Amplia, it's game on. Visit amplia.co.tt or call 800-4663. Amplia. Do more, live more.
Please be advised that the date and venue for the Tobago Day Thanksgiving service has been changed to Thursday, December 19th at the Shore Park Complex. Start time 9 a.m. Come give thanks with us as we continue our Tobago Day celebration.
Unwrap the magic of Christmas and have the best Christmas ever with a Christmas Wishes loan from Bethel Credit Union.
Up to $20,000 can be yours, so you can take care of all those Christmas expenses. You could even pay off all your debts and your credit card.
Come on down to where we make wishes come through, because we see you
at BCU.
Visit any of our offices today at 31 Bethlehem Road, Bethel, Tobago, or Mount Mary Lower, Scarborough, Tobago.
You can contact us at 639-8226, 660-7358, or 631-1336.
Normal lending criteria apply. Think, plan, save with Bethel Credit Union. Because we see you at BCU. We see you at BCU. Come on down, get a loan or two, 'cause we
day. With a lot of pretty girls down there, down in Tobago.
And we're back with sports. 1976 FC Phoenix secured a victory in their first match of the season in the Trinidad and Tobago Premier Football League. The team from Canaan triumphed with a 2-1 win over Point Fortin Civic Centre on Sunday. Sports reporter Marcus Daniel has the rundown for all the action in this story.
1976 FC Phoenix kicked off their TT Premier Football League campaign with a 2-1 victory over Point Fortin Civic Centre at the Mahaika Oval, Point Fortin yesterday. The game saw a rapid succession of goals in the opening 10 minutes. Phoenix struck first in the 7th minute when Jarrell Arthur converted a well-placed penalty. The home team responded immediately as Tyreek Lee equalized just a minute later. However, Phoenix reclaimed their lead in the 9th minute when LaShawn Roberts skillfully lobbed the goalkeeper to find the back of the net. Despite the early excitement, no further goals were scored and Phoenix held on for the win. Coach Nigel D'Souza expressed satisfaction with securing all 3 points, though he noted that the team could have been more clinical in their finishing.
We didn't control the game as well as we wanted through the midfield. It's an area for me to look forward to, but we get the 3 points and I'm happy with that.
Phoenix will be on the road again for their second match on Sunday, December 15th, facing Police FC at the Police Barracks. Congratulations there to FC Phoenix. Marcus Daniel, Tobago Update Sports.
In more football news, Stokely Vale FC has climbed into second place in the Western Conference of the Tobago Football Association League after commanding a 6-1 victory over Hills United. Meanwhile, St. Clair's coaching school faced a crushing defeat, losing 18-1 to Carnby Mount Pleasant SC. Sport reporter Marcus Daniel has the details.
Stokely Vale FC climbed to second place in the Western Conference of the Tobago Football Association League with a dominant 6-1 victory over Hills United at the Blackrock Recreation Ground yesterday. The scoring began in the 18th minute through Raquel Williams, setting the tone for the match. Leche Edwards delivered a standout performance, netting his first of 3 goals in the 27th minute when his free kick slipped past the goalkeeper. Dream Taylor extended the lead to 3-0 just before half-time with a long-range strike that threaded through traffic into the corner of the net. Edwards doubled his tally in the 50th minute, converting from the penalty spot after a foul in the area. Hills United pulled one back in the 59th minute as Zach George curled a left-footed shot beyond the goalkeeper's reach. Edwards completed his hat-trick with a clever, quick free kick that caught the defense and the goalkeeper off guard. Chanel James capped off the scoring with a close-range finish in the 90th minute. In another game, defending champions Carnby Mount Pleasant SC crushed St. Clair's Coaching School 18-1. Yes, 18-1. Novia Road stole the spotlight with an extraordinary 8 goals, while Jay Clark added a hat-trick. Kyle Davidson netted a brace, and 6 other players contributed 6 goals in the commanding performance. Wow. Marcus Daniel, Tobago Update Sports.
That's it for our sports report. More news and the weather report is up next.
Are you thinking about spending Christmas in Tobago? Well, call us at Thorns Place. We are located at the hills of Scarborough, 5 minutes away from the port, with rooms starting at 200 TT. Call us now at 745-7306 or 682-8676. Follow us on Facebook. Check us out on Instagram. Message us on WhatsApp at Thorns Place. Your Christmas in Tobago will be even more special.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Laugh your way to cold, hard cash. Week Christmasing with $1,200 cash from Flow. Sign up or upgrade to an Everything You Want plan and get everything you want. That new TV you've been eyeing, new curtains to brighten up your home, and yes, your ham and grog secured this year. Sign up or upgrade today and get $1,200 cold, hard cash to spend how you want, where you want. Limited time offer. Special conditions apply. Flow, inspired by you.
Thanks for staying with us. The Chief Secretary's Art Competition offers students from Tobago's 9 secondary schools a platform to showcase their creative talents. Participants produce artwork in various mediums, capturing the essence of a true Tobagonian in celebration of Tobago Day. Speaking at the event, the Chief Secretary Fali Augustine shared words of inspiration and guidance with the young artists. Reporter Joshel Dan has the details.
Like a looking glass, an artist's work offers a glimpse into their perspective of the world. This year, under the theme, The Rhythm of Life, young artists across Tobago created diverse pieces that embodied the spirit of the competition. Chief Secretary Fali Augustine highlighted that the event provides the THA with an excellent opportunity to support and nurture young creatives.
But this art competition has been in existence for a little while, and since coming into office, we have made it a significant feature in our Tobago Day celebrations because we want to give prominence and also ensure that the THA is always giving support for our creatives.
While career opportunities in the arts may seem limited, Augustine reassured the young artists that there's a wide range of job opportunities available within the creative field.
There are just so many opportunities available to you beyond just becoming an art teacher or the lonely artist trying to sell a piece of artwork alongside a beautiful tourist spot in Tobago.
Augustine dismissed any notion that art does not lead to career opportunities. After seeing the pieces submitted by the students, he expressed his anticipation in seeing them enter the creative industry.
But I would love to see those of our young people heavily involved in the orange economy or the orange sector make it to the best institutions around the world.
Christiana George of Speyside High School took first place, followed by Jalise Johnson of Signal Hill Secondary School in second place, and Shanique Marslin of Scarborough Secondary School in third. Joshel Dan, Tobago Updates, Television News.
Now for a look at the weather update from the TNT Met office. Tonight's forecast calls for mostly fair and cool conditions, accompanied by a gentle breeze. There is a low chance of 1 or 2 isolated showers, with temperatures dropping to 25 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow will be mainly hot, sunny and breezy at times, with a few showery spells expected in the early morning and afternoon. Daytime temperatures are set to reach 31 degrees Celsius, with a heat index of 34 degrees Celsius. Seas remain moderate, with waves height up to 2 meters in open waters and below 1 meter in sheltered areas. Sunrise is at 6:11 and sunset is at 5:40. And that's how we end this evening's newscast. Here's a recap of the headlines. The opposition votes against self-governance bill, citing concerns and inconsistencies. Chief Secretary Fali Augustine accuses government of ignoring Tobago's true desires for autonomy. IMA to use computer models for coral reef monitoring. And in sport, 1976 FC Phoenix secures 2-1 victory in their first TNT Premier League match of the season. I am Kristen Zalandi. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great night.